Psalm 15. Psalm 15 will be on the screen, and I think this is the New International. Yes, it is a New International Version, and then we'll read it in the Message translation as well. Let's read together. Lord, who may dwell in your sanctuary? Who may live on your holy hill? He whose walk is blameless and who does what is righteous, who speaks the truth from his heart and has no slander on his tongue, who does his neighbor no wrong and casts no slur on his fellow man, who despises a vile man but honors those who fear the Lord, who keeps his oath even when it hurts, who lends his money without usury and does not accept a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things will never be shaken. Such a lovely psalm. Let's have a look at it in the Message translation. God, who gets invited to dinner at your place? How do we get on your guest list? Walk straight, act right, tell the truth. Don't hurt your friend, don't blame your neighbor, despise the despicable. Keep your word even when it costs you. Make an honest living, never take a bribe. You'll never get blacklisted if you live like this. Thank you, Eugene Peterson. Veronica and I are from Zimbabwe, many of you know, and we ministered in Zimbabwe for 12 years before we came to this country, after I was priested, and we worked in a very rural area in the southeast of the country, and it was very rural. Many of you have heard me say before, less than 100 years before we arrived there, it was a land described as unfit for human habitation. That's what was written across the maps, unfit for human habitation. And then a Scotsman found a way of getting water from the north of the country to the south of the country. And today it's a thriving agricultural area. So we worked in this very rural area, which was amazing. And when I used to go visiting people in rural areas, there's particular routines that I had to work out to make sure that I would be welcome in somebody's home. And I would shout from afar. When I saw a homestead, I would shout from afar, "Am I welcome here?" in the local language. Tishvikeo. Am I welcome here? And very often the response would be, "Shrikai, you are welcome." And then you'd carry on the walk and get closer to the homestead, which would be a mud hut with a straw roof. And by that stage, the hosts would have moved inside because they're about to welcome a guest. And I would still stand outside. I wouldn't just go barging in, and I would have to knock, knock, knock. And very often there wasn't a door, so you said knock, knock, knock. Go, go, goi, which was knock, knock, knock. And they would say, Pindai, you can come in. I mean, look at this process being worked out. Am I welcome? Go, go, go. Can I come in? Yes, you can. You're welcome. And then you'd go in and you sit on the floor with everybody who was sitting on the floor. By this stage, they would have gathered the whole family. Somebody's coming to see us. This is exciting. And then you'd have to go around the whole family unit and greet everyone. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? And it's just a lovely process being worked out, which to me speaks of respect and honor and taking great care about the people that you are with. It's a lovely picture. Nothing is taken for granted. It gives a real sense of respect and honor. As I was reading Psalm 15, I had that sense, Lord, who may dwell, who may come to your home? Who may dwell in your sacred tent? Who may live on your holy mountain? And that's what reminded me of this picture, this Zimbabwean routine that I used to love doing. Who may go there? The more I read Psalm 15, as you do sometimes, I read Psalm 14 and Psalm 16 as well. And it was fascinating looking at the different groups of people that I was finding there. Because Psalm 14, we know, speaks of those people who are described as foolish. The fool says in his heart, Psalm 14 verse 1 will be on the screen. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. Their deeds are vile. There is no one who does good. So would these people be welcome? And I'm thinking to myself, well, they wouldn't be welcome, would they? They've said there's no God. They wouldn't be interested. And that doesn't apply to us. Until I'm having a bad day. And I throw my toys out the cot when I don't get my way, and I'm disappointed in him, and I shake my fist at him. Yes, I do. And say, where are you? Are you even awake? Sometimes we do that, don't we? If we're honest. And then you move into Psalm 15. Psalm 15 verse 2. The one whose way of life is blameless, who does what is right, who speaks the truth from the heart. Those people who only do what is right. And we have to understand that this right is right according to God, not right according to me. Right according. Only those who do right according to God are welcome here. Well, we'd fit in. Until he's not doing what I want him to do. And I take umbrage because I want to do it my way. Which is what we see the people of Israel doing again and again and again. They did it their way. And I'm like the people of Israel more often than not. I hope somebody's going to absolve me of all my sins before too long. And then I read Psalm 16. Psalm 16, verse 4. Those who run after other gods will suffer more and more. I will not pour out libations of blood to such gods or take up their names. Those who run after other gods, well, that definitely counts me out. Until I'm on a day off. And I take that thing which gives me comfort and look after myself. More often than not, it is food, Peter. How do you know? Our addiction of choice. So I'm trying to answer the question, who gets in? Who, when they've gone through that process of, am I welcome here? Go, go, goy. Who gets in? So I thought of the go, go, goy and the knock, 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 and I've read some really bad knock, knock, knock jokes. Knock, knock jokes are really bad. Knock, knock. Noah. Noah, guy who can build a boat. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? You're going to tell people that one for the rest of the day, though. Knock, knock. Heaven. Heaven's seen you for a long time, Peter. Oh. It's terrible. Psalm 14, the fool says in his heart, there is no God. They come and knock on his door. Are the people who don't believe in God even going to knock on his door? They're not, are they? So we can eliminate them. Psalm 15, the people who do it their way, not God's right way, come and knock on his door, and the Lord opens the door. Peter, in our traditional understanding. Peter opens the door. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I'd like to come in. We would love you to come in. I'd like to come in, but I want to do it on my terms. Psalm 16. Those who chase after other gods come and knock on the door. Go, go, go. Peter opens the door. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you? I'd like to come in. Oh, we'd love you to come in. Could I bring in a couple of the other gods that I have who help me out on occasion? When we look at Scripture this way, it can disillusion us, can't it? It can overwhelm us that actually, who gets to go in? So I would encourage you to do the same. I look for God. And I find God in each one of these Psalms, and God speaks wonderful things to me. Psalm 14, verse 7. Oh, that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion. When the Lord restores his people, look at this God and what he does. He's offering salvation to his people, and he will restore his people, it says. And let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. There will be a rejoicing and a singing because he will save and he will restore. That's what he's in the business of doing, yes? Psalm 15. Verse 1, Lord, who may dwell in your sacred tent? Who may live on your holy mountain? The inference there is that actually he wants people to live with him, doesn't he? Isn't that a generous God? He wants you with him. Psalm 16, actually, which really is the summit of these three psalms, because it's a confident writer saying what a joy they are and they have in the presence of God. Psalm 16, verse 2, I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing. Because he's everything we need, really, isn't he? And when we look at him through those eyes, we are encouraged and we're blessed. He restores, he saves. He wants us to be with him. And he is all the good we need. So who gets to go in to God's house? And then I hear a knocking. And I wonder, who's that? Who wants to come in? And we open the door. And there is a man there, and he says, here I am. I stand at the door, and I knock. I want to come in, because I need to come in so that you can come into me. That's grace, folk. He does that to the one who is foolish and doesn't believe. He does that to the one who wants to do it on their own terms. He does that to the one who flirts and is adulterous with other gods. He comes and he knocks, and he knocks, and he knocks, and he says, here I am. I want to come in, because that's how this works. That's how this works. We need him. We really need him. So however you are today, whatever your circumstances are, the grace, the good news of grace, the good news of the book that is the most available book in all the world, the good news is that the knocking that we need to hear is the knocking of Jesus Christ, who knocks each day. wherever we are, and says, if I come in on the day where you have doubt, I will be with you. On the day when you are going your own way, I will be saying as loudly as I can, no, go this way. No, go this way. On the day when you are chasing other gods, I will say, just spend a bit more time with me, and you will find all you need in me.